Your sign, Pisces, is one of the points where there is action this month. At the beginning of the month, it contains Sirius Saturn moving forward towards the next sign of Aries, and Saturn will leave your sign for Aries at the end of May, which is pretty significant for you considering how heavy this planet is. So yes, Saturn is moving in your sign forwards, and then Mercury and Venus are moving backwards because they are still retrograde and they just entered your sign at the end of March, and they are moving towards Saturn. They want to meet it and work with it. And that means that you are supposed to be going back, remembering, reconsidering something about yourself, and you need to look at something yourself long and hard before the second half of April. If you do that, then you would be empowered to do what planets moving into Aries would start asking of you. And in your case, this Aries thing will be about earning and spending money. So do some soul searching. Or also an option, maybe see if your papers expire and need to be reissued. What is also useful is maybe re-evaluating the choices that you are about to make through the lens of whether this decision reflects a serious relationship with yourself or an irresponsible one. And it should be the serious one. There's only one right answer. You should be taking yourself seriously right now. And if you do that, maybe you will have to rethink some of what you have already done or decided, and if this is so, then so be it. Maybe you will have to experience some short-term pain now while rethinking and reconsidering and making different decisions, but this is for the long-term gain. Mercury will end its retrograde on the 7th, and then Venus will do the same on the 13th in your sign. After which it is kind of like clear sailing for you if you took yourself and your priorities seriously in the first half of April. In the first week of April, Mars in Cancer, and Cancer is a friendly sign. It's also belonging to the water element. So this Mars will be making friendly, helpful aspects to all of the planets in your sign and also to Uranus in Taurus. This will help you to come up with fresh ideas and have fun with being creative, even if the topic of your thinking and creativity is not all happy-go-lucky. Then there is a full moon in Libra on the 13th, which in your case will be illuminating the state of affairs in the area of deep intimacy, shared ownership of property, or psychological depths. Unless you are going through some deep psychological drama, I would think of complicated financial matters more, such as like shared property, investments, funding, taxes and such. So most likely this full moon will show you something in this area, and maybe you should work to make sure that things in this area are taken care of before the 13th. So Aries is a big deal this year, and in your horoscope it rules personal finances such as earnings, spending and belongings. April has already started with Neptune being there, giving you an idealistic or dreamy stance towards the topic. This is an area of your life that will need proper restructuring within the next 2 to 3 years, but for now, your task is to develop a vision of what you'd like for it to be before you start actually reworking something here, putting in real effort. In the second half of April, you will start getting help in this area from Mercury that is joining Neptune in Aries on the 16th. It will give you ideas that are more concrete and actionable, but more about inquiring, looking for opportunities, such things. Venus will join them also on the 30th of April, after which it will be easier to sell whatever it is that you're selling, but also to seduce yourself and maybe others into thinking that the way your financial life is organized can be so much better and so much more fulfilling. There will also be a conflict between the deep but often brutal Pluto in Aquarius and Mars that will enter Leo on the 18th and be so full of himself. This conflict itself may start on the 18th but will last for about 7 to 10 days, and it may not touch you personally, maybe only indirectly, but it will stir up some conflicts also around you here and there, and maybe also where you work as well. And you are always very much affected by the mood around you, which in the second half of April may be tense. And it is this tension that the new moon in Taurus on the 27th of April that is happening in your astrological area of thinking, communication, intellectual labor will be picking up. It could be that the tension around you will prompt you to have an idea and to start working on a certain topic of interest. If it does, it has some potential.